Sean, you're the world champion.
Oh, look at this thing, man. I found this laying around, you guys. I'm going to keep it for a little bit.
I think you should. That fight against Israel, I mean, all three judges scored it 4 rounds to 1. Is that how you envisioned it? Because when we spoke in the fighter meetings, it seemed like you had a different opinion on how especially the first 2 rounds would go.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm one of the best strikers in the world. I thought I'd be walking away a little bloody, a little messed up, a little concussed, but I didn't really take much damage other than checking a few kicks. But yeah, I still can't quite wrap my head around it, you guys. I thought it'd be a lot harder.
The jab and your defense were just absolutely on point tonight, 2 vital components of this victory. I mean, what was it about your jab that just allowed it to keep landing?
I love to box, you guys. I box world-class boxers. My buddy Robin Shafar, you know. I box guys that most MMA guys can't hang with for, 5 rounds. I'll go 12 rounds with any world-class boxer. So I just put in the work.
You put in the work. You talk about your boxing. We saw no grappling, and that's how so many people envisioned this one going. Oh, Sean's going to shoot for takedowns, or Sean's going to try and take this to the canvas. You had no need, but also it seems like you had no desire.
You know, I am a great wrestler, and I probably could have took him down. He was like dog tired, so I probably could have took him down. But at the end of the day, man, I like to strike. Go out on your shield. It's better that way.
With the striking, there also seemed to be no sign at all of any fatigue on your end. I mean, what's the secret to this? We hear these myths of Sean Strickland in the gym doing so many rounds in order to prepare for this, but what does it come down to?
So we're sparring Tuesday at Extreme. I'm landing Monday. I'll be in for sparring on Tuesday, guys. That's why I always work hard. This belt truly means nothing to me. I love it. I want it. But this sport is what I love. This belt means nothing. This sport's what I love. The team's what I love. The fans what I love. So at the end of the day, I love it. I'm gonna be back in banging, making my buddies bleed. I'm gonna bleed. Like this sport. This belt means nothing. This sport's the only thing that makes me happy in life.
You know, it's really beautiful and introspective how you talk about that. This doesn't define you when it would define so many other athletes. However,
I mean, look at Izzy. Izzy's the definition of a superstar. Like, he's a super athlete. I love this sport because it saved my life. Without this, I would have been in a cage somewhere. I would have been a piece of probably doing drugs. Like, this sport gave me a second chance to life. Not only the sport, but the fans, man. Like, this sport would not exist without you guys. So this means nothing to me. I'm just happy that I'm 32. I'm happy that I can keep doing what I love.
And also serving as an example, whether you realize it or not, there are so many kids and people who are going to watch this from less fortunate backgrounds or struggling in the same way in which a young Sean struggled, and maybe see that if you just work hard, things will happen for you. Does that set in at all?
Oh yeah, I mean, I see kids now, and it's sometimes like you walk by, it's like looking in a mirror. When I was younger, I hated myself. You'd wake up every day, look in the mirror. Even now, as an adult, there's times I look in the mirror and I hate what's looking back at me just from, all the trauma as a kid. But this sport is like a family. Eric Nixick, Alex, Danny, like Brad Tavares, all the guys at Extreme, man. It's like a true brotherhood. And all this means nothing. It's just MMA, you guys, it's truly life-saving. If you guys have any issues in your life, come on down. I'll give you some work.
Work you did for this one. You talk about Extreme Couture, Eric Nixick. How did they best prepare you for this one? Because it seemed like even in between rounds in the corner, they were telling you exactly what you needed to hear. At one point saying, hey, he's snake charming you, stop watching. And it seemed like it worked.
Eric's a leader, man. Like, you guys know I'm an idiot. I barely listen to anything. But Eric's one of those guys that when you go into battle, he's going to battle with you. When you lose, he loses with you. When he wins with you. So when you got a guy like that who just exudes passion in the corner, you want to go in there and you want to go die on your shield, So Eric is a natural-born leader, and he always motivates me.
You said something at the beginning of this interview that I want to circle back to. You said, I thought it would be harder. And I'm just curious, in your mind, what exactly, you think now that you have defeated Israel Adesanya, who is faced and beaten some of the best in the world. Like, is it almost a hard concept to grasp?
Yeah, you guys, I work my ass off. And like I always tell people, I've been caught in fights. We've all been caught, but I'm one of the best strikers in the world. I'm one of the best boxers in the world. I could hang with any boxer, any striker. And, when you play the man dance game, sometimes you get caught, sometimes you get knocked out. But I truly believe I'm one of the best strikers in the world.
How close was it to ending in the first?
You know what? Once he came up, I could see him came back, but the life was kind of taken from him. Once he got up, and you could see it in his eyes, like, whenever a man knows he's been beaten, whenever a man knows he can't land a punch, you can start seeing it spiral and backpedaling. And no, hats off to Izzy, man. He's a legend. Like, to say that I'm not a fan of Izzy would be a liar. I've watched that guy just like you guys watch that guy. He's a savage. And, you know, part of me, like, I liked watching him bleed. I like watching the blood drip down his face, you know, especially like in the 4th round. Every time he hit him, blood would just spray from his face. I loved it. But after the fact, like, oh, man, that's a legend.
Absolutely true. You told us this week in the fighter meetings you cannot let the moment get too big for you. And I asked you, well, how do you prepare yourself for that? How do you work on not letting, 12 pounds of gold there, letting the moment be the only champion, I'm telling you, that would ever have done this, a brand new champion putting his belt on the floor. It really doesn't matter to you.
It means absolutely nothing. I'll win, I'll lose. You'll win, you'll lose, man. As long as you guys are happy in your own life, and you realize that in 5 years, when I'm an old man, in 10 years, 15 years, I'm an old man, this means absolutely nothing.
Just a quick couple of ones before we let you do the rest of your media. How did you not let the moment get too big? Because I found it so interesting how you talked about it, but then you really lived it out there.
It's got to fight, you know. There's fights wherever you hear guys say, hey, you're going to get a title fight if you win. You overthink what you do wrong, you know, and that was just go in there and fight. It felt like I was just at the gym having a good time.
A lot was made about your walkout. People felt like, by the look on your face and the way you were making your way to the octagon, that maybe you were nervous or you didn't want to be there. What was going through your mind?
Anybody who says they want to be here is a lie. Like, when you get in that cage, when you're in the back warming up, you're telling yourself, I have to fight for 25 minutes. I have to be mentally, spiritually ready to die for this. And if anybody wants to truly do that and like get in that mindset, it's guys. So like, I hate face downs because like I hate looking at someone in the eyes because like I'm gonna like in 2 days I'm gonna try to murder you. I'm gonna try to spiritually get to a place where I want to take your soul. I want to orphan your family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're going out there, you just gotta like embrace this. Like, I'm ready to die for what I want. It's hard to do.
Well, you didn't need to go nearly that far because you got what you want with relative ease. Now here's the part of being a champion that you'll probably get immediately tired of, where we ask you, what is next?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to go ahead, let my leg heal. I'm going to do some boxing for a little bit. We'll go look, you know, and let's get back to the drawing board, you guys. Keep grinding, man. Keep fighting for the people. Give the people what they want.
Listen, this Australia crowd absolutely embraced you. We can't wait to see who and where you fight next. Sean, congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.